We'll ring a bell, and in the 15 minutes, we'll have to conclude, sir. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my topic is intelligent home and hybrid car as models of ICT, not for ICT, as models of ICT for inclusive growth and sustainable development. We don't have time for niceties, so I straight away enter into the topic. Intelligent home. What is an intelligent home? We are giving intelligence to the home, which means giving intelligence to the devices and gadgets we have in our home. And why we should provide this intelligence into our gadgets and home? We have quite a good number of reasons for that. And the main thing is that buildings consume 40% of the total global energy produced. 40% of the total global energy produced is being consumed by buildings. And another thing is that the operating cost of buildings is 80% when we consider the total cost of the life cycle of a building. So 20% actually is the construction cost, while 80% goes to the operating cost, which means that there is a very large saving potential remaining dormant in our buildings. So we have to tap that thing, and we have to explore ways to save that energy that we are wasting in our buildings. And another thing that we do not resort to alternative sources of energy. We just depend upon that power grid energy that is the public distribution system, or in our case the KSCB electricity. We don't tap that overwhelming solar energy that fall on our roof and on our compound. And we know that in our case, in our place, maybe about 100 feet above, we can have that wind speed that can provide some electricity from some wind turbine or windmill. We need 100 feet scaffolding, and we can tap that energy that is otherwise remaining wasted. And another thing is that we have this exercise manual these days, and every morning we do the exercise. We just go out and walk, or just we go to our terrace or our exercise room, and we just walk our treadmill or our stationary cycle, and the energy is being wasted. We don't make use of the energy that is produced in our exercise room. You know that in almost all our exercise machines we have a spinning wheel inside. And we can couple that spinning wheel to an alternator, we can produce electricity. You know that mechanics know we need a conductor and a magnet, and we can produce electricity. So these are the areas where we can have this alternative energy sources, and we can tap this energy, and thus we can make our living sustainable. And what we need to make our building intelligent are simple things. Instead of the traditional switch, we need a switch module, an interactive switch module, which can communicate between our interface and the control computer and the device to which it is connected. And then the next thing we need is a control computer, a powerful software which can accommodate our likes and dislikes, our priorities, our preferences, and then we need a strong hardware computer. And if these things can be combined together, and we need the communication network too, can be a wired communication or a wireless communication. And these things will make an intelligent home. And to explain how things are taking place inside the intelligent home, you get up in the morning, and there is a speaker. There is a speaker everywhere. In every room there is a speaker. And the speaker tells you about that late night news, the sports score that you wanted to know, and that has been recorded earlier late night by the computer from the TV network. And these scores are being announced, and the news are being announced, and you are happy. And sometimes if you need an inspirational lecture, maybe the sound of your late grandmother, that also is available. So you get connected with the good part of yourself, and then you get the energy, motivational energy to start the day. And the toilet, you don't lose even a single drop of water. Water comes from the tap only when you place your hand below the tap or when you place yourself below the shower. And then when you go to the kitchen and the coffee machine knows that you are on your way to the kitchen and the coffee is being prepared, and when you reach the kitchen, coffee is ready. And in the dining room, there is a TV screen. In every room there is a TV screen, even though we just cannot afford that. Maybe by your research, cross-cutting can be done and we can have TV screens in every room. And this home manager software is there which will tell you that the information you wanted to know, the price of the latest model of the PDA or the mobile phone has been browsed by the computer, control computer, in the semantic web, not in the World Wide Web. In the semantic web and in Google search engine, not the Google search engine. The computer had that search in the Google, in the semantic web, and the information is there. This is the price of that particular mobile phone. And then the home manager announces to you that the grocery list has to be updated in the kitchen because it has to be sent to the shop. Very simple things. And then you proceed to the lawn and you see that the sprinkler is working there, and sometimes you see the sprinkler is not working because it is raining late night and no watering is required. Then big feeding is there, you will be reminded of. And inside the living room, you hear that very sweet music that you wanted to hear at your preferred tone and volume. You know that the brightness of the room will elevate your mood. So the brightness of the room can be controlled by that motorized blinds or the motorized shutters of your windows. And this is also made possible. These sensors know. Just like that sensors which Mr. Durai was speaking in the last presentation, these sensors are adaptive, proactive, anticipatory, context aware. That is the kind of characteristics that is being important to these new set of sensors. And that the blinds know how much it has to open to elevate your mood. And it knows what actually is the ambient temperature inside and how effective should be the air conditioner or the heater, and these machines will work in its optimum level. And then there is the communication between the gate and yourself. Suppose there is an unwelcome visitor at the gate, and you can speak in a different tone that I am not Herrose, I do not want to talk to this man. You can say in a different voice, oh, I am Herrose, I am not Herrose. I am Herrose, brother, no, he is not here. So you please come at some other time. You can say that. And then the security system, it has a holiday mode, which means that when you are out for a long holiday, this system will activate the surveillance cameras and sensors so that an unauthorized entry will not be permitted. And at the same time, it may simulate a situation in which people, the burglar waiting outside, may feel that somebody is there inside the house. Then the computer may activate some sound files or the TV, your multimedia file, which will make the impression that somebody is there occupied. And half the time is alright. And I told you about the power source. We have the power grid, and then the solar cell is there. Solar cell can be placed on the roof, but our traditional silicon solar cell is very ineffective. It has only 10% efficiency. So if we increase the efficiency, we have a thing called the Fresnel mirror. It is a concave shaped mirror, and this mirror can focus the sunlight on a particular point where we can place the solar cell, and we can have more electricity from the solar cell, and instead of the silicon cell we can have gallium arsenide cells too. And I told you about wind turbine. For an average home, 50% of the electricity can be supplied by this wind turbine, which is spent 3 lakh rupees. And in the case of solar cell, you have to spend 8 lakh rupees, 300 square feet of this solar cells to get 50% of the electricity that the home needs. And I told you about the home gym, and it can take up to 200 watts. That means the TV can keep working and the fan can keep working. And this is an intelligent house. You see the solar panel, It has a 300 square feet area of solar cell. And see, this is an unaddressed shape of a wind turbine that can be placed on the roof. And it can also produce some electricity. And this is the Fresnel mirror. You see that vessel that is hanging at the top, at the focal point of that mirror. This mirror can be either steel or glass. And we can have that hot water, and it can be used in the kitchen or toilet. And in a bigger dimension, we can make that steam go to a turbine, and we can produce electricity. And this is the exercise machine scenario. Here see the father, mother and the daughter are working on the stationary cycle. They have the hand pedals and the neck pedals, and all these things combined to make the electricity, and it is coupled with a battery and an inverter from which we can tap the electricity producer.